Cara pulled the heavy tartan blanket to her chin as her gaze settled apprehensively on the bedchamber door. Despite the warmth of the blaze on the hearth, she was chilled to the bone. Her teeth chattered, clicking together in an unsettling rattle. Naked, she shivered beneath the mountain of woolen blankets. When the maids had led her to the tower room, they had removed her gown and refused to bring her sleeping garments or even a dressing gown. It was wedding tradition, they had told her, but she guessed it was to deter her from attempting to flee. Cara waited. At any moment, through that door, her groom would emerge. He would come to her bridal bedchamber, perhaps with laughter on his lips and scotch on his breath, expecting his husbandly rights. Cara had known him all of 6 hours, and of that they had spent most of the time at the wedding feast separated except for the brief ceremony. She didn't even know the colour of his eyes. Her gaze fixed on the rough-hewn door that appeared to have previously been splintered by an overly anxious bridegroom. Cara's lower lip trembled, and she bit down on it until she tasted the metallic tang of blood. She set her jaw with determination. She would not give herself to her husband. Not tonight, not tomorrow night. Her father could beat her, forced her to marry the Lord Dunane, and even send her far from the only home she had ever known, but he could not compel her to have carnal relations with his lordship. This was where her father's authority over her ended. Here, in this castle, at the foothills of the Grampian Mountains, in the unfamiliar bedchamber, where she was surrounded by strangers, Cara finally had a wee bit of control over her own life. Nay, short of rape, there would be no consummation tonight, and she'd be damned if she cared what anyone thought on the morn. Cara heard a sound in the passageway outside the bedchamber, and she involuntarily flinched. Here she was naked beneath the covers, and he was coming. They were coming. Her gaze again locked on the door. At least Harold Gordon, Lord of Dunane, called Harry to his intimates, would not rape her. Of that she was fairly certain. A satisfied smile crossed her bruised lips as she thought of getting the best of her father, just this once. It was a minor victory in the face of a vast defeat, but she held it dear to her heart just the same.